All right, today we're going to take apart, piece by piece, one of the most brutally effective scams there is, the utility bill scam. And look, the goal here isn't just to show you how it works. It's about building a kind of cognitive shield, a mental firewall, so you become basically immune to this kind of attack.
And that right there, that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The whole scam, the entire thing, hinges on this one powerful threat. The moment you think your lights, your heat, your water is about to get shut off, your brain just flips a switch. It changes gears completely. So what we're looking at here isn't just a financial crime, it's weaponized psychology.
So, here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll talk about infrastructure as a weapon. Then we'll get into the scammer's playbook itself. After that, we'll explore what happens to your brain under threat. Then comes the most important part, the hang-up protocol. And finally, we'll talk about building your own hardened defense.
All right, Section 1, Infrastructure as a Weapon. This gets into how scammers turn your most basic needs against you. And, the foundation of this scam, it's not some super clever piece of tech or a really complicated lie. Nope, it starts with something you absolutely cannot live without, the basic utilities that power your life.
Yeah, this is the core concept we're talking about, infrastructure hijacking. Think about it. What these scammers are doing is exploiting what security pros call the basic needs baseline. And really, that's just a fancy way of saying that heat, water, and power, they're completely non-negotiable for us. You have to have them. And the scammers? Oh, they know this. And they've built an entire system that turns that absolute necessity into a master key for your bank account.
And get this isn't just random. It is absolutely strategic. Take a look. 75%, 3/4 of these scams happen during peak seasons. We're talking the dead of winter or the absolute height of summer. So why then? Well, it's pretty simple and pretty evil. That's when the threat of having your power shut off is the most dangerous, maybe even life-threatening. The fear is just cranked up to 11, and that's exactly the environment the scammer needs to succeed.
Okay, on to Section 2, the scammer's playbook. We're about to look at the anatomy of what is essentially a rapid liquidity extraction machine. And trust me, this is not some random off-the-cuff phone call. It's a finely tuned system designed for one thing and one thing only, to get your money, fast, in a way that can never be traced.
So this is it. This is the entire playbook, the whole attack chain from start to finish. It all starts with them just blasting out calls to certain zip codes. Then they hit you with the pretext, some official-sounding disconnection protocol. Next, they drop the delinquency anchor, a fake bill to get you worried. Then comes the hook, the ticking clock. After that, they pivot you to a weird payment method, they extract the cash, and to top it all off, they give you a fake confirmation just to buy themselves some time before you realize you've been robbed. So let's break these down one by one. Okay, so the whole thing kicks off with a really simple but really powerful tech trick. It's called ID spoofing. All it means is that the scammer can make the call look like it's coming from anyone they want. In this case, your actual utility company. So your phone rings, and the caller ID literally says Duke Energy or Con Ed. And just like that, before a single word is spoken, your natural skepticism is gone. They've already got credibility. And I want you to really focus on this because this is the crucial moment. This is where the scam really takes hold. You see that familiar name on your phone, you hear a professional, serious-sounding voice on the other end, and your brain just accepts it. It accepts the whole interaction is legitimate. You now believe this person is official, and every single thing that happens next is built on that one single, totally flawed assumption.
Next up, they drop what's called the delinquency anchor. Now, notice they don't just say, hey, you owe us some money. No. They give you a very specific, very official-sounding number, something like $342.18. That little detail, that precision, makes the debt feel so much more real. It's designed to trigger a powerful quirk in our brains called loss aversion. We are just wired to feel the pain of losing something way more than the pleasure of gaining something. So now, in your mind, you're not just paying a bill, you're desperately trying to prevent a loss. And this right here is the psychological choke point. This is where they really crank up the pressure. The scammer tells you a technician is already on their way. They might even say he's just around the corner, and you have exactly 60 minutes to pay before he disconnects your power. That manufactured urgency, that ticking clock, it creates this overwhelming cognitive overload. Your brain is just flooded. There's no time to think, no time to double-check anything. Suddenly, the threat feels very immediate and very, very real.
Now, here's where the manipulation flips. You're in a panic. So you say, okay, I'll pay right now with my credit card.
That's the logical thing to do, right? It's secure, you can reverse the charges, but the scammer is ready for this. They'll immediately claim their credit card system is down for maintenance or there's some technical issue. This is a calculated move called the payment method pivot. They are deliberately forcing you away from safe options and pushing you toward untraceable, irreversible methods, what they call digital liquidity. Think of it as digital cash. Once it's gone, it's gone.
And these are the methods they'll demand. This right here, this is your giant flashing neon red flag. Your actual utility company will never, ever, ever ask you to pay a bill with Bitcoin or a Green Dot card or an Amazon gift card or even Zelle. Why? Because all of these are basically digital cash. The second you give them that gift card code or you hit send on that transfer, your money is gone instantly and permanently. There's no getting it back.
Okay, so now we've seen the playbook. We know what they do. Let's get into section 3, your brain under threat. This is the psychology of why this scam is just so incredibly effective. And the answer has everything to do with how our brains are predictably wired to react when we feel threatened.
At the very heart of this is a biological event called an amygdala hijack. Okay, so the amygdala, that's your brain's ancient fear center. It's like a smoke detector. And when it perceives a major threat to your survival, like the idea of losing heat in the middle of winter, it just pulls the fire alarm. It triggers this immediate, overwhelming emotional flood that literally bypasses your rational thinking brain. And this is so important. This has nothing to do with how smart you are. It's not a failure of intelligence. It is a completely predictable biological response to a perfectly crafted attack on your survival instincts.
And you can really see it here. Think of it as having two brains. On the left, you've got your rational brain. It's slow, it's analytical, it's skeptical. It's the detective. On the right, you've got your survival brain. It's fast, reactive, and totally driven by fear. It's the firefighter. The entire scam is engineered from start to finish to shut down the detective and hand full control over to the firefighter. Because the firefighter doesn't ask questions, it just acts to put out the fire. And the scammer's job is to keep you in that panicked, firefighting state the whole time.
And there's another piece to this puzzle: authority bias. We are just wired from a young age to listen to and obey people who sound like they're in charge. But here's the really clever part. The scammer's tone, it's not friendly or helpful. It's stern, it's inflexible, it's cold, it's bureaucratic. And why? Because that's a psychological prop. It feels real to us because it's exactly what we expect when we call a massive, impersonal company. A nice, friendly voice would actually make us more suspicious. That cold, robotic tone is what sells the lie.
All right, so we get the threat, we get the psychology. Enough about the problem, let's talk about the solution. Section 4, the hang-up protocol. These are your simple but incredibly powerful countermeasures that will stop this scam dead in its tracks.
The entire defense protocol comes down to just 2 simple steps. That's it. Step 1, hang up. I mean, immediately. Don't debate with them, don't ask questions, don't engage at all, just end the call. When you do that, you break the amygdala hijacked and give your rational brain a chance to come back online. Step 2, look up. And by that I mean independently find your utility's official phone number from a bill or their website, or even better, just open their official app on your phone. This is how you verify the truth, totally outside of the scammer's control.
And here it is, laid out for you. Think of this as your reality check cheat sheet. Let's just run down the list. Payment, a scammer wants gift cards or Bitcoin. Your real utility takes credit cards or bank drafts through their official app. The warning, a scammer gives you one single panicked phone call. A real utility will send you multiple letters, probably even certified mail, over weeks, if not months. The timeline, a scammer creates a fake 60-minute emergency. A real utility gives you tons of warning. And finally, the timing. Scammers love to call on a Friday afternoon or before a holiday. A real utility almost never disconnects service when there's no one around for you to call and fix the problem.
And just so you're fully prepared, you should know about a few of their more advanced tricks. They might pull something called the meter lock, a totally fake story about your meter being damaged and needing a special cash payment. They'll definitely use auditory deception. You'll hear what sounds like a busy call center in the background, which makes them seem more legit. And then there's the most insidious one, the privacy window. This is when they tell you, don't tell the clerk at the store why you're buying $500 in gift cards. They're literally using your own sense of privacy against you. Okay, let's get to our final section, your hardened defense. This is where we take everything we've learned and forge it into a permanent defense system, a mental firewall that will instinctively spot and reject these kinds of threats without you even having to think about it.
You know, after all of this, it really just boils down to one single question. When you get that phone call and you feel that panic start to rise, this is the only thing you need to ask yourself. Is this threat actually real? Or is it just a digital illusion? A story designed to scare me out of my money?
And here is the simple, powerful truth that answers that question every single time. If this so-called disconnection notice only exists on that phone call, but you don't see it in your official app or when you log into the utility's website, then the threat is not real. It's fiction. Your power is safe. The only thing at risk in that moment is your money.
So I want to leave you with this. Think of it as a protective mantra, an action plan you can just burn into your memory. Remember, urgency is the predator's pulse. The second you feel that pressure, that artificial ticking clock, this is your automatic response. You tell yourself, I hang up the phone. I log into the app. My utility company does not need a gift card to keep my lights on. That simple thought, that's your shield, that's your defense, and that is how you stay safe.